SA Gaming, Call of Duty Gaming in South Africa. It's ViNCO CS 1977. It's been a while since I spoke to you bastards. Some handsome bastards, some buff bastards, some slimy bastards. But yeah, anyway, I needed to talk to you. I said something the other day. People said, yeah, nobody will listen. It's not for my benefit to tell you what I'm doing. It's for yours. So if you don't want to listen, fuck you. I'm just joking. No, but really, fuck you if you don't want to listen. Anyway, why am I talking to you? Well, today it's a bit of a serious thing again. But funnily enough, it's not a code of conduct. More what we aren't doing. And that is something that, well, it's basically just a follow-up of something I said before. We want to go pro, we want to be pro, but we don't act pro. Now, what the fuck do I mean now again? Simple. The admin side of Call of Duty is lacking. And the way we need teams to behave with regards to tournaments, events, things like that is know the schedule, know your schedule, make sure that you are within a time frame for the schedule to work. If you know you can not make an event, let the tournament organizer know. Not let them stand around and wait and wait and wait and wait, and then eventually just have to forfeit you, whereas another team could have started on that same station that was now booked for you, for example, right? Another way is communicating in the right ways. Arena had a tournament recently which got cancelled. At the end of February or end of January, they did mention it's one and done's. It's basically you come online at a certain time. This is when they want you to play the game. Boom, done. Teams went on Twitter, spoke to each other, cancelled the game. Not cancelled, but postponed the game to the next night without even talking to the admin. I mean, how's the admin supposed to know what's happening? This is where we as teams, managers, players, captains, need to be a bit more proactive. And in doing this, you make running a tournament and being able to have, I'd say, trackable data. Here we go. Trackable data makes it a lot easier for us. And we've got to come to the party, guys. I mean, Aiden mentioned one night, why could we have a tournament in one night? Very simple, because our players either can't commit to a time or something else is happening in their life and the Call of Duty has to wait. Honestly, if that's your point of view, then stop playing. There are too many people putting too much time into making this a viable, I'd say, extramural activity, I guess. There's people rolling at school programs, and everybody wants to be an optic, everybody wants to be at COD Champs, everybody wants to do this, everybody wants to do that. Why aren't we getting sponsors? If we don't have trackable data, like I mentioned, we don't have a database, we don't have anything to go to a sponsor and say, this is what we provide, these are the people that see it, and this is what we can do. This is a viable interest. We in esports, we need to educate people about what we do. We can't just tell them, oh, we had a Red Bull LAN. Oh, we went to DJ, we played DJL at Rage. People not all the sponsors know exactly what that is, and we need to educate them. And if we don't have that data, like this, for example, this is a 2K tournament, 2K tournament, some time back, okay? Let's just scroll up here. Okay, all these matches were played in the space of 6 hours. That was, I think it was 128 teams. No, it was 64 teams that played in this 2K, right? All these matches went off as scheduled from the start time, right? It started It started there, and then when those games were done, the next games went on, and the next game went on, and the next game went on, and the next game went on. Right. How did that happen? Because these players registered for the tournament. All 4 players knew when they had to start. They started their game. Game ended. They went and they reported their scores immediately. Once those were done, the next set of features were ready, and those games started, and so on and so on until we got the final. And that was Optic won that. Fuck, Optic's winning everything these days, and that only happened like it did and finished when it was supposed to, because everybody did what they were supposed to do, and that was use the right channels, communicated with the admins at MLG, and reported their scores. Done. We don't have that, do we? We don't have that system, or do we? I don't know. We will see. But at the end of the day, it comes down to us being pro level as far as the admin's concerned. You've got 4 people in your team. You decide on a weekend if there's a tournament that needs administration. One of you guys takes responsibility, if not the captain himself or the team manager. I've got ViNCO Black, I've got ViNCO Yellow. Slushy handles all ViNCO Yellow, FP handles all ViNCO Black. The Fear team, I know they rotated through a basis to whoever's closest to the PC right now and then, but they communicate that to each other. Insane is normally Kalen that handles most of the stuff. I think Reep, Lammers, or Callan, whatever he's gamer tag is on whatever platform he's playing. That is also a very serious, well, not serious, it's a very easy communication between the 2 of them, so they know what's happening and they're doing what they need to do. DGL, for example, I just scrolled through some of the match threads last week. We're only getting about 45 to 46% of the teams actually using the match threads correctly. There's a cutoff time for when you've got to actually post when you're available to play that week. There's a default time of when the matches has to be played, and that default time only takes into effect if both teams haven't communicated. If one team communicates and they say they cannot play this weekend and the other team doesn't respond, the team that never responded is gonna get a forfeit against them. It's that simple. And I've been a large proponent of trying to get guys to do the admin properly. Arena got cancelled because of that. It's up to Arena now whether they feel they want to waste time and money and effort into putting on something for the Call of Duty guys. That is only what we can only discuss that with them at a later stage, but I hope that they don't give up on you. There are other tournament organizers who haven't announced what they're doing as yet, but sure enough, something is happening. Call of Duty is not a forgotten sport. And we've got to realize, if we want all these pro things, we've got to act like a pro. We've got to do your admin and have your admin sorted. There are people talking, there are people communicating, trying to build something. Card Champs was a massive fallout for us. There are reasons behind why we never went. We don't have 100% the reasons, but I can promise you 90% of you are wrong if you're thinking what you think it is. That's something completely different. It's something that we don't really have much control of. But it was not to do with Champs from last year and how we reacted. It's got very far from that, actually. I can't really disclose what I know about it. But trust me, it's not that. And at the end of the day, COD Champs is one tournament. Yes, it's a big tournament. It's like going to the World Cup. I mean, Bafana never qualified for the World Cup. It didn't mean they're going to stop playing soccer. Well, most of us think they should, but it's just one of those things, you know. You've got to keep on going. You've got to persevere. That's what makes you you. Ventus XF or Ventus Fusion or Ventus Zero Fracture, whatever they're called now. Their clan account actually posted something, failure and then failure and failure will eventually lead to success. I also know another quote that I like to use is that I never lose. I learn, I learn, I learn, and then I win. So yeah, having a defeatist attitude will get you nowhere and will get absolutely no sympathy from me. People tweeting me, yeah, they're selling this, they're selling that, they're done with COD. I care less for them actually. Okay, fine. If you were in this for something right now, for gain or something, I'm sorry, your timing is out, I suppose. Maybe come back in about 3 years' time when it is a lot bigger. I'm not saying that there's nothing out there. I mean, the Fear guys made quite a bit of money over September and October last year. And that brings me to another quick point. I can't say quick really, because my video is always cut long. The next step with regards to the PlayStation Xbox story. This is a fight that I had years ago. Xbox won. And that's just the plain truth. Xbox won it. We are a massive Xbox community made up largely of a lot of PS3 players that came over to the Xbox because Xbox is the global standard for competitive Call of Duty. Getting into an argument with the PlayStation guys is futile. They can claim whatever they want. They can play wherever they want. It just makes it a little bit crappy on our side when we try to approach ones because they don't know who's who and what is what. At the end of the day, this is where the education comes in. This is where our database also comes in. And everything that I do mainly for Xbox. I do understand why there needs to be a PlayStation tournament organizer. It's so that it keeps guys interested in competitive. If they're serious enough to really want to test themselves, then they've got to come over to Xbox. I look at the final, 2 Xbox clans. Yeah, fair enough. The insane guys were 50% Xbox, 50% PS4. But that is just what Kalen does. Kalen does find good players. I'm not saying all the players on PlayStation are trash. They've got a massive database of players, and you will find good players among them. You know, Kalen only came over to Xbox. So what's it? Reap Lammers only came over to Xbox last year. He was on PlayStation all the time, or one of the last people to convert to Xbox, and they won the last MWeb tournament with him. So there is definitely a talent pool on the PlayStation side. Nobody denies that. However, if you really do want to test yourself, Xbox is where it's at. I'm sorry, that's just it. Lazy Gamer did extremely well with the tournament. I do know Craig's a good guy. And in the future, we might just be in discussions with Craig also about some stuff. And that's a surprise to him because it's the first time he hears about that. But anyway, guys, all I need to tell you is this. Be professional. You're going to need it. It's going to cost you. Teams who form and disappear, you are only going to suffer. So if you're going to commit to a team, commit to it, and that's your team. Remember that. I'm telling you now, you're not going to like how things are going to be if you're a team hopper. Things are not going to be easy. It's not going to be difficult at all. But it's going to complicate your life, you know. Get to a team, commit to a team, or if you're going to start a team, create a brand and push that brand. It's the only way you're going to go forward and create a force, you know. If you take away the name ViNCO, take the name away Fear, Astra, XF, TPE, Insane, take those names away. You just got a group of guys. Just normal guys. There's nothing extra special about them. Besides maybe the commitment to their brand. Viper and Lithium, They're doing a great job with what they do. I love the fact they push out content all the time. XF, GG to them. The Ventus partnership with them will help them grow. Will give them the type of branding and marketing that they kind of lack. The Fear brand, massive, obviously paired with Ian. I always see it as for me, it's like an evil genius complexity teaming up story for me. So it just works for them. Insane, they're a bit quiet. But with Ken, hopefully Ken is back in the country now. Sit down and they can actually have a strategy. But ViNCO guys, yeah, I love it. But anyway, they might just bring a W. There's a land before my birthday. I want that. That's my W. I want that. But anyway, guys, I'm not just talking to the top 8, 10 clans in South African Call of Duty on Xbox One. I'm talking to each and every Call of Duty player out there. If there is a tournament, read the rules, know the rules, know what's required from you. Fill out the forms to the best of your ability and as full as you can. Once that is done, it makes it a lot easier for the tournament organizer. There will be ways of you to communicate if you have issues. There's always ways to contact people. And your next duty is to go out and make sure you can stick to a schedule and play a game at a certain time. Know a schedule so that you don't make plans beforehand. If you're playing and you know you're going to win, keep your night available, because honestly, there is no guaranteed time frame of a match. You can say 45 minutes for best out of 3. Sometimes it'll take an hour because the S&Ds can go 6-5, and that takes about 17 to 25 minutes on its own. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it in at 17 minutes in. Fellas, leave a comment, tell me if there's something that you want me to talk about. There is something happening and brewing that's gonna make us better. It's gonna make us bigger. So just check this.